Esto... ¿Hola? Sí, Genshin Impact. ¿Por qué? Porque realmente es uno de los juegos que más juego y que realmente puedo hablar mientras lo juego. Porque en otros me concentro tanto que me distraigo del tema. Porque este directo es para hablar de ciertas cosas. Claro. Pues Mapari, que es un canal que realmente no lleva, o sea, sí lleva a ser creado, pero hasta ahorita tiene un propósito como tal. Era como cuando creas obviamente un canal para ver videos, pero no le tienes un propósito. O sea, sí llevamos un tiempo pensando en esto, pero la historia tiene más trasfondo que un simple lo estábamos pensando. Y realmente no creo que se me sea correcto contar la historia yo sola. Estos espíritus se me fue, hijo de la... Entonces, voy a dar un pequeño resumen de lo que se espera hacer aquí. Que es muy sencillo, la verdad. O sea, simplemente es un canal compartido entre dos. Es simplemente un canal de videojuegos. Para pasarla bien, es un canal dúo de videojuegos. Y pues, simplemente por eso mismo está creado para jugar distintos tipos de juegos y pasarla bien. Así como por ejemplo ahorita yo pues, antes me dio algo de pena hablar porque pues no estoy tan acostumbrado a hacer ese tipo de cosas. Y pues para relajarme un poco me puse aquí a jugar Genshin Impact mientras hablo con ustedes. Hijo de... No, 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 sí, 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 no, sí, volviendo, llegando, ya casi, sí. Ah, Dios,
Better than nothing.
casi termina muy bien o muy horriblemente mal.
En vista de que las encontradoras solamente me comienzan con un vaso de leche.
¿Qué?
En vista de que me encontré nada, solamente me comí un pan con un vaso de leche.
¿Comiste un pedazo de pan con un tajito de... un vasito de lechita?
Obviamente un pan dulce.
Ah, ok, yo dije, habrá agarrado un pan Bimbo y se lo comió con leche.
No soy tonto. Bueno, un poquito sí, pero no tanto.
Estoy en directo de Genshin Impact.
Directo de Genshin Impact.
Sí, mientras venías.
Oh. ¿Cuánto va de directo?
Casi nada, prendí hace poco.
¿Cómo?
Casi nada, prendí hace poquito.
¿Qué vas a hacer? ¿Qué vas a hacer? ¿Farmear para la Raven se llamaba?
Aún falta casi... aún falta mucho para ella. Lo que era como más para hablar, ya que Genshin Impact es uno de los juegos que puedo hablar mientras juego con él. Pero ni siquiera sé si se te escucha. ¿Podrías entrar y verificar si se te escucha?
Claro.
Seremos dos extraños, yo te
We'll need more where that
olvidaré,
came from.
me
Acá está la
olvidarás
notificación.
hasta nunca. Muere.
Te escucho. Sí, sí me escucho. Y te veo jugando.
Aquí estoy, jugando Genshin
Sí, te
Impact.
veo.
¿Sí? ¿Está bien entonces?
Sí, 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 sí.
¿A huevo? ¿Dónde estoy? En
Estoy en una cueva. Cueva verde, no sé qué sea.
un lugar que necesita ser purificado.
¿Te dieron una protogema? Ah, no, 5 protogemas.
Sí, eso no vale nada, pero lo intentan. Ah, hijo de... ¿Quién fue? ¿Fuiste tú?
Hola. ¿Ese es el chamaco perro?
Sí, ese es el chamaco perro.
¡Chamaco perro!
Chamaco perro. Aún no supero que me haya salido el chamaco perro en vez de un... ¿cómo se llama? Ah, se me fue el nombre.
¿Kazuha?
Un Kazuha. Es algo que no se supera fácil. Es un trauma que se queda contigo mucho tiempo. ¿Dónde está el otro coso de para purificar este sitio? No me digas que tengo que ir arriba. Es que eso tiene el límite de uso. Así llego a tiempo. Y pues estaba explicando un poco sobre Mapari. ¿Por qué no nos ayudas a explicar un poco qué es Mapari?
Te diría que sí, pero acaban de llegar mis papás.
¿Es en serio?
¡Mamá! ¡Hola, voy!
Eso es una broma muy cruel. ¿Dónde estoy? Oh. ¿Cómo llegué aquí? No, no te pongas a escalar, Kikunari. Eso, baja. Bueno, ahora a volver a esperarlo, porque así es más o menos, gente. Es más probable que me vean ustedes por acá. El Apache se pierde de la vida. Acostúmbrense a ello porque es más común de lo que a algunas personas les gustaría. Papá. Oh, a huevo. Esporas. Necesitaba eso. Ok, ¿dónde? Oh, ahí estás. Eso ya no tengo esto. De estas. ¿Dónde? ¿Cómo era para volver arriba? Bueno, la cosa es que básicamente es un canal dúo entre Mapache y yo. Pues la idea nació de pronto, pero realmente me gustaría esperar a que él viniera. Va a tardar mucho. Y estoy consciente de eso. Hasta puede llegar a tardar una hora. Listo. El señor de la noche. Unos golpes del señor de la noche. Hijos de su madre. Joyita el diálogo. Pero muérete. Aquí purificando el bosque. ¿Cómo de que no? Pero no lo hago gratis. Lo hago por eso. Dinero. Y protogemas. Esperen un segundo. mío. Listo. Ay, perdón por haberlo dejado, es que tuve que ir a hacer algo rápido. Aparte de que no había desayunado. Rápido, aparte de que no había desayunado. Igual, no pasa nada. Esto... Ay, viene corriendo. Aún me falta perder de nuevo el miedo. Yo ya antes hacía directos. Tengo un canal independiente que he dejado un poco abandonado porque realmente ya nadie lo mira y pues no es como que diga, bueno, no importa, igual no es como que a alguien le moleste. Así que pues no lo he seguido por lo mismo de que no creo que a nadie le importe mucho si lo deja abandonado un poquito. Yo sé que eso es parte del camino y que es normal, pero ¿sabes? Simplemente a veces es bueno pues borrar y cuenta nueva y volver a intentarlo a ver si ahora tienes más suerte. Este es un proyecto, este ya no es tan independiente, este es cooperativo con una persona. Y es interesante y a la vez a veces un poquito raro porque pues ahora por ejemplo ahorita estoy en directo medianamente sola, pero no siempre va a ser así, o sea, más bien muchas veces va a ser con alguien a mi lado o pues con mi querido compañero. Ven, por acá. Entonces, pues, a eso es lo que eso es a lo que me trato de referir. Ay, trato de perder los nervios, pero no es fácil. Realmente aún sigo muy nerviosa y me da hasta penita a veces hablar. No tengo temas de conversación, se me traba la lengua, me pongo nerviosa. Es difícil, muy difícil. Es complicado. No complicado de que sea difícil hacer directos, sino complicado de que debes perder el miedo. Siempre los primeros directos son aburridos, tu voz es como seria y te sientes desanimado y te sientes presionado en tratar de ser gracioso, pero es que simplemente cuando estás nervioso se te van todas las palabras y se te traba la lengua y solo piensas en no cagarla. Y más o menos ese es mi caso. Para mí ustedes no son mi prioridad es esto. Sí, como quieran. Ustedes dos.
Let's nip that in the bud. One with the force.
Bájate de ahí, huevón.
Keep up.
Listo. Ahora sí. Todo lógico. Muere. Muere y lárgate a la verga. Muérete ya, por Dios. Odio las visiones secundarias. Sigo muy nerviosa. Siento así como presionan las costillitas, como nervio. Sobre todo es como que tú ya no sabes cómo empezar. Internet ha cambiado tanto últimamente en alrededor de los años que ya no es fácil empezar un canal de YouTube y volverte famoso. Ahora es como tienes que hacer TikToks y que la gente note que existes. Y ya tal vez después de hacer TikToks podrías, no sé, pedirles que te sigan. O sea, en otras redes sociales, aunque es muy poco, es más como que solo te sigan en una red social en específico. Ya empezar en YouTube no es rentable si lo piensas, o sea, empezar como youtuber y esto no, ya casi no sale rentable. Realmente, eh, YouTube está muerto. Las cosas como son, YouTube está básicamente muerto
I
y
hear
es
everything.
complicado empezar si lo tuviera que decir de una manera. Ya, déjenme en paz, bichos feos. Me llevo el slime. ¿Y dónde están los siguientes? Por acá. Me parece que estoy hablando y yo sé que nadie me está escuchando. Ok, qué bueno que los activé tú.
Retribution.
Váyanse a la mierda. ¿Tú sigues vivo? Dios. Los odio. Odio a los bichos esos. Una llave. Sam me había dicho que aquí están las misiones. No, aquí no está. Aquí no está Diluc. Aquí tampoco está Diluc. ¿Cuáles son las misiones de Diluc? Sepa Judas cuáles son las misiones de Diluc. Alguna de estas, sí, de estas deben ser una de Diluc, pero... O sea, de esas misiones debe estar hablando él, pero... Repito, sepa Dios cómo. Creo que es esta. Héroe Oscuro, la leyenda del héroe oscuro. ¡Ah! Él es el Señor de la Noche, con razón, aquí es donde sale el Señor de la Noche. Ay, Dios.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
A ver... Gracias. Sí, no he subido de nivel mi mundo. Ya debería de hacerlo desde hace rato, pero... Fue el farmeo. Uy, mínimo espero unos 100 cuando llegue esos personajes que quiero farmear. ¿Qué eres? Ok. Sí, no hay nada que ella pueda hacer aquí. ¿Qué tengo aquí desbloqueado? Una protogema. Wow. Comida. Adiós, estúpido. Siempre es bueno venir a Mondstadt y llevarme un poco de pollo. nuevo. Esto no es nuevo. Listo. Ay, ¿qué más hay por aquí? Esto vamos a hacer un paro. No tiene. Ah, sí, tiene una con mejora. Bastantes. Siempre es bueno traer comida encima. Por más que cure un poco. Un par de pollos asados. Listo. Las gelatinas, puedo hacer 4 gelatinas, pero la verdad es que no voy a hacer gelatinas. Listo. Y me llevo esta manzana. ¿Qué toca el día de hoy? Podría ser o el del Señor de la Noche. Vámonos a Inazuma. Ya creo que alargué mucho el terminar Inazuma. Debo terminarlo.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true, right?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand. But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either. It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. So many memories gone. Forever. No matter how hard I try to remember, all I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me, "With this sword, you should..."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Esa virtud de justicia.
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. And look how things ended up. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Vamos a seguir. Inazuma. Mi amigo me ha dicho muchas veces que no suba de mundo mi mundo por el simple hecho de que Inazuma es un dolor de huevos. Pero a la vez, ¿sabes? Le quitaría la gracia si fuera fácil. No lo sé.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Hyman heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit. So, we've asked the Shrine Maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
¿Qué?
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei in one of his fits of madness. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago, and he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the Shrine Maidens managed to subdue him, so the exorcism can finally continue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's go after them. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
Ow. How did you catch up with me so quickly? Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does. Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister!
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. Long before you... I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster, studying Meikyo Shisui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependent. Practitioners of Meikyo Shisui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception, but Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his... Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Meikyo Shisui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations from me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Meikyo Shisui art to perfection. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. So you see... Okay, you've heard my story.
Seems like still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
Guess we can rest a bit. You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with and all is certainly not lost. For I received...
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this. Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art, will do our best to help you.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children from her. The inside shall be punished. Where are you? Gotcha. This body belongs to ice and snow.
Better than nothing.
retribution!
Better than nothing.